Hey guys, so something that a lot of our friends ask us about is, how do you do your budget? So rather than thinking of it as a budget, I like to think of it as our spending plan. It's pretty much a structure that we set up before the week pay period even happens, and then you just follow it. I know that sounds nuts, but it really is that simple.
It's that easy, and the cool thing about thinking of it as a spending plan as opposed to a budget is you don't feel so restricted, right? You get to write down what I'm gonna spend money on, not I can't spend any money.
No, because it's all, you are gonna spend money.
And
you have to spend money in this life.
You have to, and let's set this up. 5 years ago, before we started, how long have we dated now?
Yikes.
5 years, almost 6 years. 6 years ago, I lived paycheck to paycheck, 100% all the time. I would be the person who, on a Wednesday, would need gas in my car, but I didn't have the money in my bank account. So I would use my debit card and run it as a credit card on the machine so that it would just pre-authorize $1 for the next couple days before it would actually charge so that I could have gas in my car. I was so bad at managing my money. And luckily, I started dating someone who was really good at managing her money, and we developed a system now in our life and where we are that works really well for us, and we're going to share that with you.
It's pretty foolproof, guys. We've tried several different systems, and there have been times where there were months where it was like,
we were so far off.
How are we $1,300 off of our budget? We weren't ever actually, but you get the point.
It was some panic moments.
There were some challenges in figuring out how we could do it to where it would actually be foolproof and we could stick to it every month.
Yeah.
So here's our little system that we have in place. Hopefully this helps you guys, and hopefully it's something that you can implement into your life, and it'll bring you as much success as it's brought us.
And let's try and put it into steps.
Steps.
Okay. So step 1, I think, the most important thing that you need to do right at the beginning is you need to actually write down all of your bills.
Bills first.
All of your bills that you pay for in a month, because those, you can't not pay them.
Mortgage.
You have to make those bill payments. So that's step 1. Mortgage, if you have car insurance, if you have a car payment, if you pay for internet, if you pay for your cell phone, everything from that all the way down to like, Paige and I are YouTube Premium members, so like that is a monthly expense that we have to put into our spending. These are every single thing that every month, no matter what, you have to pay for. Write those down first.
First things first. So the second step is to then break those bills up based off of their due date. Because this is going to come in handy when you have your pay periods later on, because you'll realize that not all of your bills will come out during that pay period. And right now, we're working a system where we're not working on a monthly budget, we are working bi-weekly. Because that really got us really on target. So then you'll go through all of your bills, you'll write down they're due the 1st, the 23rd, the 28th, the 25th. Every single bill has its due date. So that then, say that you're in your pay period of the 1st through the 15th.
Wait, if a bill doesn't have a specific due date, you just have to pay it by this time, make a specific due date. Don't ever change that. Make a specific due date. Trust me, you'll thank us later.
So say we're working on the pay period of the 1st through the 15th, okay? And again, the next step is to know your income. So if you do not have a fixed income, that's the type of video we're going to be doing right now, because we do have a fixed income. Maybe in the future, when our income's a little bit more sporadic, we can do that type of video, because we'll probably have to learn right along with you guys. So you have your income, you have your bills that are highlighted the 1st through the 15th, okay? So say that your income for the 1st through the 15th was $1,000, and then you total up all of your bills that have a date, 1 through 15.
Say that comes out to $400.
$400, easy math. So then you do
take that
1,000 minus 400. That means that all the money you actually have
is $600.
Okay?
For that pay
so
period.
Then, here's the fun fact that Jeremy and I always be sure to do. We put our investment and savings goals next. Yikes, that sounds hard, right? Because that's before spending, that's before gassing,
going
groceries.
Out to eat, going, all the everything.
But whatever our savings goals are, that again, we'll do another more lengthier video on
how we save
and how you can make your yearly savings goal plans and investment plans.
Mhm.
But we subtract at the beginning of the year. We know how much we need to put in each pay period to ensure that we hit our yearly savings and investment goals. So say that we did all that math and we figured that all out, and we know that this pay period, the 1st to the 15th, we have to contribute $200 to our savings and or investments.
Subtract it, it's gone.
It's gone now. So now instead of $600, you actually have $400, okay? So now you have this $400 left, and what that means is you have $400 to distribute for your spend.
However you see.
Now this spend category includes things like groceries, gasoline, going out to eat, toiletries, miscellaneous spend things. Now keep in mind, you guys,
a night out with friends, like movies, anything you spend
this
money
is not the place for like Netflix, Hulu. That's all in your bills already. So you need to make sure that things that you know for a fact you'll be spending that money on always come out of the bills category. So now you have that $400 to distribute how you see fit. Now say that there's some month where it's crazy and you have like this surplus of spend money because maybe you only had a couple bills come out that month, whatever, or that pay period. Don't go crazy and think that that means you now all of a sudden have that much extra money to spend. Still spend according to what you know you need to, because I will say a huge thing that Jeremy and I learned in all of our budgeting fails and failures, something that we learned in all of our budgeting failures was a huge part of the problem wasn't the budgeting, it was the spending behaviors.
Yeah.
So we were operating under this weird idea that if we made a little bit more or had more left over, that meant that we should spend more. And that's just not the case, guys.
Crazy.
Because one, keep in mind, if for the 1st through the 15th you have this surplus of money, where do you think that came from? It came from the fact that a lot more of your bills are going to be in that next pay period. So you need to make sure that you have some of that money, because then all of a sudden you're only left with like $100 at the end of that month to spend on your gas and groceries. And you're like, dang, I wish I wouldn't have spent that extra $200.
Yeah, so a tip for us is, for the first couple weeks, try and really set numbers on what you're going to spend at the grocery every week or every pay period, however you go grocery shopping. And then even if you have extra spend money that month, still try and hit those numbers and see how much of a difference you have. And then you can save more, you can invest more, or you can have another fun night out if you want, because you have some extra. But don't just see more money and think more spending.
Absolutely. That is the biggest lesson you can get from this video. Don't see more money and think that means more spending.
Nope.
So guys, when it all breaks down, we said that we know that we had $1,000 coming in. We said we knew there were $400 worth of bills coming out right off the top. We then knew
$200
we had to put into our savings and investment, because that savings investment is what has been able to get us a down payment on a house, a car, a retirement account.
Our wedding.
Like, those are things that have to happen for your big picture goals in life, okay? So then after all that came out, that left us with what?
$400.
So from that $400, we then allocated $100 that pay period to groceries.
Sure.
$100 that pay period allocated to gasoline. $100 allocated to toiletries and out to eat. And yes, that is okay. You're not going to have like, I know that I need to spend $13 on shampoo and $12 on Chipotle. You may, and if you do, that's even great. That's even better. But we will keep it a little bit free like that, so that say I'm like, oh no, I ran out of my probiotic, which just
we like to have a miscellaneous category of spending.
But then what did we realize? We have $100 left over. So here's a couple fun options. One, let it roll over, because you never know. You never know when, oh no, the credit card has that yearly fee that we always forget about. Or, oh no, this weird doctor bill came in that I didn't even know was a thing. Or whatever. Or you can take that $100 and say, amazing, that's an extra $100 I can put towards the principal on my house, because amortization is a thing, and pay your house off faster,
pay your car off quicker.
Or you can be like, sweet, extra $100 to put into that investment account that is not, shouldn't just sit in my checking account doing nothing. We'll make another video on that later. But then you have your spending plan, guys, and all that is structure that now you can freely operate within. You know where every single dollar is going. There is no question mark. There is no how will this bill get paid. You know where your money's going. You know how much you're going to save. You know how much you're going to spend and on what you're going to spend it. And I promise you, you will find such a sense of freedom from that.
For sure. And so that's kind of it, how we do it. But just to let you know, as Paige said, we're kind of on a bi-weekly, because that's how our pay periods are right now. But don't think that we just then do this bi-weekly. What we like to do is at the beginning of the month, we do the whole month, if not the next 2 months of all of our bills, so that then we have our numbers, and then when we get to the actual payday, we have a check-in to make sure that we're where we need to be. So that's our advice on how you should do your budget.
Yeah. If you have any tips for us that you think could make
Absolutely,
our lives easier,
we love learning.
let us know. And again, like we said, we're definitely going to give you guys some videos on exactly how we do our investing, because you're like, you guys invest? Do you like buy stocks and things? And
Dun, dun, dun.
there's ways,
There's
guys.
ways.
And how we do our savings and how we do our retirement savings without having a 401k.
Ooh.
We'll make some more videos on things like this. If you want them, let us know. And yeah, hopefully this helps you guys, and you can take a bit more control of your financial life and find a greater sense of freedom.
And if you have any questions, let us know.
See ya.